Everyone, so welcome to my channel. So this is about Netsuite and JavaScript. So today we are going to see some of the tricks and tips when coding Netsuite. So this has been accumulated over the years. So what I've learned so far, so I'm just giving it in a tips and list kind of video. So let's get started. Let me open up my Visual Code. So let's create a file. Let's call it as item update Netsuite client. Yes. So basically I'm just creating a client script. So let me put this. So as you all are aware of, there are multiple implementations, right? So I'm just removing all of them. So just we are going to focus on three main events, which are page init, save record, and field change. So let me remove all the others. Valid field is not required. So in page init, so the best thing to do is first to let's create some constants. Let's call it as items. Let me create another variable called mode. So first thing you have to do in page init is just check what mode you are in. So this will be an extremely useful in situation when you wanted to check something whether the user is in create mode or edit mode. So I'm just doing this. So, and also it's better to log it. I'm just adding a tag page init mode mode. So this one thing. So on field change, let's say we write a field change for line level change for an item. Let's, for example, when there is a change in the item, we are just updating some other fields in the line level where you have to fetch something from the item master. So a lot of times what I see is people are loading that item inside or doing a lookup inside the field change. So what you can essentially do is, so instead of using the synchronous API, you can leverage the async APIs using promises. So we are going to do it. So first thing is I'm just putting a condition context type equal to just context dot, so at least ID equal to item and field ID equal to item. So since the item is changing, we just have to add these two conditions and return true. Right. So in this scenario, what you have to do is we have to get the current item that was changed. So I'm just creating a item. So you can simply use current record module. So I'm just adding the modules here, lens current record as well as n/search. So current record search. Right, so I'm just okay. So let's do it. Let's get the current record first. So we have an API called get. So to get the current record, so then let's do the get current sublist value, right? So sublist ID is nothing but item, field ID is again item, right? So then what you have to do is, if there is item, what most of the time people will be using this template to do this item load rec call that load, then they use what item it is. Let's say it is inventory item, then they will do item, then get the value. Let's say they are updating the HSN, right? So let's put it as item dot get value, whatever that value is, first item HSN or whatever it is. Then they do the current dot set and sub paste value, right? So then they will do something like this. So whatever that initial value is, and they will ignore field change. There is no other subsequent changes, they will ignore it, then they will say it as forcing true to just have the sourcing asynchronous manner. So the problem with this approach is that since it's in a client script that it runs on a browser, right? So browser is single threaded, so basically what it will do is it will block the entire system, because record.load operates on a network call basis. Basically it will give some Ajax call to Netsuite server to load the record, right? So that depends on lot of factors like network and the Netsuite instance you have. So it will take some time, maybe a couple of milliseconds or up to 1 to 2 seconds. So for that time, so your entire browser window will be blocked, so the user will not be able to do anything. So it's not a good experience for the end user. So what we can do is, so instead of doing this, we will have a similar approach. So we will utilize the promise API. So that's what the promise API does. So what it will do is it will not block the actual load operation into the server. So let's try to implement this. Let's comment this whole thing out. Let's put it as item load request. Let's put it as record.load promise, right? So this is again item, this is ID, so I just want it as dynamic. So if there is any default value, we can give it, in this case nothing. So you can have something if there is an error. So if it is successful, we will do it, the update here. So what it does is it will not block the user's visual interface, so that it will be a nicer experience for the end user to have. So there is another way. If there is another error, you can simply log here. So load fields and the updates of item value fields. We'll just put it as an error here. So this is another alternative way to do it. So you can simply utilize like this. So it's a better alternate from my experience. So that's another thing. The code in action. So before that, I'm just making some changes. Let me remove this save record. We're not going to be using that. Okay. So let's get back to Netsuite. I'm into Netsuite account. So in this example, let's see this item. So it's just a normal inventory item. So what we are going to do is we are going to get something from this record and update it in the sales order. Whenever the user selects the item, we are going to update the description so that we see this change, what it is doing. So I just kept my JavaScript console open so that you guys see the logs. Okay, let's head back to the page. I'm going to just copy this display name, so I'm just making that change. So here, let me go back. Let's get the display name. Whatever the display name is, I'm just copying it, putting it in the description, so that also I'm making a log of this. Right, so to demonstrate this point, let's enable this code also. So first we will run this, we will see what it is doing, what was the drawback with this approach, then we will see the actual thing. So let me do this, copy it here, put it here, so that let me comment this out for now. Right, so once this is done, so before we are done with this, so let me do it as field change completed. So description is updated, right? That we will see. So let's have another condition here just before this if, so that we will know. Started. So we will have a nice reference when it started and when it ended, so that we will have a idea of how the behavior happens, so that you will be able to see it. Also, we just have to include the record instead of search. I'm just doing that. Let me copy this, go to Netsuite. So already I have deployed this script. It is nothing big, it's just a client script. I'm just pasting the thing, and it has been deployed to sales order. Right, so I'm just refreshing this page. So just watch out for the console to see the logs. Let me zoom a bit. You can see our log is been shown here, right? Mode create, which means that our code is working. So let's update the line level. Let's put the item name iPad 6, right? You can see the field change has been started. So it is putting invalid record type, right? So I just forgot to add it as inventory item. Just a minute. This item. We do the same here. Let's copy this again. Let's go back. Script. Let's refresh the page. So let's wait for our log to shop. Okay, let's fill the item iPad. Right, so you can see the entire browser has been hanged. I can't do anything until the network request completed. So let's do it one more time. We clear this up. Let's put iPad, then select, right? You can see it has been taking some time to load this. So meanwhile the system can't the user can't do anything, so they have to wait for some time and they can proceed once it is done, right? So this is to overcome this issue. So let's see our example how it happens with the promise. Let me uncomment this again. So I'm just commenting this out, right? Let's copy this, go back to our code. Let's save this. Let's refresh the page again. So this time just watch out for the network tab. I'm just clearing this out again. So if you check for the console, if I put iPad here, so you can say it is much faster. I can do anything. So and also if you see the field change is started and the field change is completed, right? So you can see the log, but the display, right? So it comes after. Basically, it says that the code is not blocked. So basically, what will happen is it will simply come here. So it will have this promise executed. So it will go instantly. It will not wait for this logic to complete. So that user, the browser remains responsive. So that's what you can see from the logs. So basically it started, it completed, and then it updated. So basically whatever you're putting it inside that callback function, right? So that executes after the record loads in the background. So you don't have to don't have to wait or stuck on the page. So it is much better than having the user to wait for things to load. So that's it. You can feel free to comment. So if there is any doubts with this, you can put it in the comment section, and also this code is available in my GitHub repo, so that you can use it.